Yo, people.
We're back with the End of Gutter podcast.
Number 91.
You sure it's 91?
It's 91,
91.
yeah.
We've been doing this shit, right?
Yeah.
We got a little new setup going on.
Yeah, we don't got
panel
a new
thing.
setup. It's
Yeah.
regular.
Right? Kenny
Switch the table
Capozzi.
around.
Big D.
Sean Sorrow.
Yeah, man. We back at it like crack addicts, folding these hoes like Craftmatics. Once again, we doing what we motherfucking do. This is In the Gutter podcast, and we got some shit to talk about today. We had a lot of shit going on here in the Boston comedy community over the past.
First, we need to address that D has a raccoon on his head.
Yeah, I was going through Milton. I hit a fucking
Yeah, we had a
raccoon.
little.
Oh my god!
roadkill
Yeah,
disease.
he was like, "Yo, this shit is cold outside."
I was telling him because I was like, yo, I seen some mooses and deers and shit, and he was trying to tell me that there was no mooses out here.
Yeah, well, I never seen one. I mean, I seen them like in the TV and stuff.
You ain't
I'm
never
sure they
seen
exist.
no mooses out here.
No, I've never hit one with my car either. You?
Well, I don't got a car.
I almost hit a couple deers. When I moved down to Brockton, dude, I almost hit deer. Like, and I never seen deer in my life until I moved to Brockton.
Nigga said he never seen a deer in his life. That's kind of crazy. man.
In person.
That's some nuts shit.
In person.
I've never seen a deer in person.
No,
I've
like
probably only seen maybe like 2 or 3 deers in my life.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, dude, I almost
So
hit
what
a
is
couple.
Santa Claus coming? A fucking Trans
Those are
Am or some
reindeer.
shit?
But Santa Claus don't come at all, motherfucker.
Throw it on here.
What the fuck
Santa
is
Claus
wrong with
ain't
you?
even
You
real.
know, Santa Claus is real, nigga. Stop playing with me.
All right, my bad.
Or maybe he's real for some people.
No, children, because parents lie to their kids. And be
No,
like,
white people lie to
"Boogeyman."
their kids. Black people will tell their kids the truth. They're like, Santa ain't buy you shit.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
the motherfucker that was out
that's
here
the
working
best-
at McDonald's and Burger King. I bought you the shit,
That's
motherfucker.
the best thing to do too, because
Yeah,
that's no honest to God. Like
That's
you get
funny.
you give your shit, you give the better shit from you.
Yeah, I used to always think that
because the
it's
kids
like-
they don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
but you're right. Well, I guess.
No, that's dead right. That makes way more sense, dude.
Way
because
more
it's like
sense.
way less appreciative. You know what I
And
mean?
you kind of have to tell your kids the truth, don't you?
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
kid's been he's been for years now. You know what I mean? So what's not privy.
I think.
Word.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I
I'm
do
losing it.
think that there's certain things you just can't tell kids. You know, like look, hey son, your mom's a whore. You know, you can't tell your kid no shit.
Yeah, you
like
should
that.
not tell your kid that.
No, you
it's,
can't.
you know what I mean. You know, if
But
they're
then
if they're an
again-
adult,
but then-
maybe if
but-
they're like you're arguing, you're talking, he's like no, and they'll
But then-
probably be like, I know, Dad, I know.
Yeah,
she's
but
a
then
whore."
again, if you arm him with the truth,
right,
he's
right,
less
right.
he's less susceptible to getting hurt. So if you just let him know, like, look, son, your dad ain't shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm not ever gonna be shit. And then when somebody goes up to him and was like, fuck you, your dad ain't shit. He's like, I know.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
I get it.
dude, that
I get it.
happened. That happened at school where Avery was like, yo, Dad, the kids were calling me trash, and I was like, yeah, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did you say? You know what I mean? He's like, I was like, tell him, yeah, you are trash. You know what I mean? Be like, yeah, I'll fuck your mother, I'll steal your car. You know what I mean? What do you want to do about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's like what I told him.
That is
You know what I mean?
savage.
Fuck your mother and I'll steal your car.
Fuck out of here, trash. Yeah, all day, kid. What do you want to do?
Kenny Capozzi told his son that he was trash. He said, hey, kid, you're trash.
Nah, but the kids were calling him that, and they was getting to him, and I was just like, nah, don't let that get to you. Embrace that shit.
It's
and
like,
tell
yeah,
him,
like,
yeah, motherfucker.
you're like,
what?
fuck it, live up to your expectations.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like,
oh, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
like you gonna call, yeah, like, oh, your daddy was a gang. Yeah, I'm a gangster too, nigga.
You know, well, that doesn't work out all the
No,
time, but you know what I mean.
Like, not for nothing, like, people call me fat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know,
fat.
I mean,
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, father, like, nah, whatever, it don't matter.
what was
you
your
know?
dad? Your dad huge? Is an iron worker?
Oh, my
Dad's
dad,
not
my
fat.
dad.
Yeah, I figured he's got to be like, fit, right? Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he's
whip
in
some
good
ass.
shape. He's in good
You know what I
shape.
mean?
He's in good shape. He's yeah, he's solid. I mean, I kind of want it. Like, I don't know. Like, I think maybe I'll be more comfortable if I had a fat, disgusting dad. You know?
Well, it'd be
Because-
easier to cop out.
Well, my
You know
dad
what I
was
mean?
just like,
look at my bones.
yeah, right. But my dad is just like, I don't know. He's just, you know what I get from my dad is not his physical looks. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, being in shape and shit. But what I do get that I appreciate from him, and shout out to you, Pops. I appreciate this shit. I am a world-class asshole.
That's that Boston construction.
Yeah, I don't know.
worker,
I don't know.
fucking-
I
you
think
know
my
what I mean?
dad went into the union as a 20-something-year-old young man, and came out now as he is now, a 60-year-old white man from South Boston. Like that's what he is now. Like he was like, I don't give a mother. Like, hey dad, how was your day? You want some? I don't want none of your fucking ice cream, so I can get fat as fuck like you.
That shit's hilarious.
I don't want your fucking fat nigga ice cream. Like, wow, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. You know.
So what do you do? What do you do with that? So, well, all right, fuck it, I'll eat it. Well, I'll eat it all, Dad.
Nah, but
show
honestly,
you.
my dad now, he's calmed down a lot. He's
Tell me
not.
I'm so fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that was the thing. My dad can cook. Like, he loved to cook and shit. And I would always be like, he was like, you want seconds?
You just be sitting on that.
And he'd be
porch
like,
eating
yeah,
that
go
ice cream.
give him some seconds. Give him some 30.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
you
then
want to be able to
when
feed
I'm
your
like, I
kids.
want forts,
You know
he's
what I
like,
mean?
hey, look, you get fat, motherfucker. Save some for lunch for me tomorrow and shit. I eat the niggas' lunches and shit. He be pissed off. Whatever. It is what it is, though. But I digress. Back to the shit, though. We were slowly discussing. Yeah, Boston comedy is fucking nuts, yo. The Boston Comedy Festival is going on this week. Shout out to all the contestants up in that. Do we know any people?
Jana McNamara, Michelle Sue.
Michelle
like
Sweet,
two-
nagga.
Sweet. I was called
She's
Sue.
Asian,
Maybe I'm wrong.
Sweet.
That was Sue.
It ain't Sue.
Like S-U-I.
So
That's Sweet, ain't it?
I don't know, man.
Yo, if your shit
I ain't
is...
trying to be ignorant. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
this ain't
just
got
thought-
nothing to do with ignorance. I just don't know how to
I mean,
pronounce
it is
your name.
ignorance.
nigga.
It's like, because I don't know.
Sweet Sue?
Kind of. But I
Sue?
thought it was always Sue.
I thought it was Michelle Soup.
That's U-I. There ain't no P,
That's
motherfucker.
O-U-P, nigga.
That was what you went with?
If that's the case, it would have been...
Got some crackers for that shit?
It would have been Michelle Faux.
This is that. Andrew Schultz does this shit.
Soup.
The Faux and the Pho, and we're going to see him at the Wilbur tonight. Fucking noon was there.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Bernie and
Andrew
shit.
Schultz is in
But
town
dude, no, but he
tonight.
does this whole fucking bit about pho and foo. Like he's like, okay, can I get some pho? And the lady's like, oh, it's pronounced fa. And he's like, well, I know how my letters work. It's fucking
Pho, it's
Yeah,
P-H-O.
yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do the whole bit. You know what I mean? It's like,
How do you get a
it's
bit
funny.
out of that? That's kinda
Dude,
crazy.
the whole bit's hilarious. And like, his Vietnamese friend's like, oh, you don't know how fucking letters, you don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand. Like, Vietnamese
I know
don't
how
give a
my
fuck.
letters work. it seems like you just got these letters.
Yeah, that's what he says. Like, he's like, I know how my letters work.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just got these letters, but he's like, his Asian friend's with him, his Vietnamese friend. And he's like, you don't understand. Vietnamese people don't give a fuck how letters work.
I
He's
think
like,
I asked
my
this-
last name's Win. You know, he's
What?
like, how do you spell Win? You know, W-I-N. He's like, no, N-G. It's like, dude, it's a good bit.
Yeah,
good
I don't know. But I know that, what was I going to say?
Yeah, we keep fucking going off the deep end.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I hit this. Sean
We're
got some
talking
weed
about,
right
yeah,
now.
I think Michelle Sue and McNamara is in the finals.
Oh,
with,
BCF,
with
BCF,
fucking
my
another. Who's the guy? Was it the dude that started the Hideout still in that shit? I don't know. Chris.
Gives a fuck.
Nigga, I don't know. Yeah.
It's a Chris Nigga. I don't
Post
give
still in it too? No, it's posting. It's naked or something. It
Naked.
just sounds like
Yeah,
that.
Chris Naked.
Just sounds like that.
I don't know. Post. I think Post was in there, right?
Yeah, I think Chris
Post
Post might
was
still
there.
be in it too.
I think I seen an article on.
But I mean, while all that shit is going on, right? While like the fucking BCF is going on, right? At about 10 o'clock in Rosendale, there was just a
this was yesterday.
little show, right? Just last night. There was a little show that goes on at 10 o'clock done by Anderson Comedies, like Liam McGurk, Rob Crean. You know, they give out the fucking room every Friday at 10 to a comic, and they get the show going.
Yeah.
Last night was Logan O'Brien. He had the Nimrod show.
Yep.
And
Perfect name for the show.
to
The
Nimrod and the shit, just went, after
Shit
just
hit the
so
fan.
many fucking comics on stage.
Well,
Just,
before that even popped off, right? I had a.
yeah, D was there. D, you were there.
I had a show. At Jock's Cabaret. Shouts out to Mitzi. She had a good show. It was a good little crowd.
Yeah, that's one time I was there. Shit.
The headliner was hammered. It was a good fucking show.
Who headlined?
Amanda C.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and she was tossed.
Manta? Eastie.
Not saying that she was, she was. Amanda, don't get mad, but you was drunk, baby. You was twisted. It was all over the place and shit. I was like, what you talking?
Swerving.
I know you married. You ain't
Swerving.
offering no. I'm just playing. But nah, that's my homegirl. Shout out to Amanda C. She has a great brand of comedy because she don't give a fuck, and that's what I like about her.
Yeah,
On top of that, she's a
gotta
scientist.
appreciate that shit.
Yeah, she's protecting our lives. So I get done with the show, and Charismatic calls me up or whatever. Now Trent tells me that there's a show in Rosendale at 11 o'clock, but of course it's not 11 o'clock.
Black
it's 10
people
o'clock.
time. What's wrong with you
No,
guys?
this is just
It's
Trent
totally,
time. This is
totally.
like,
No,
so
come on. That's just jeez, you're an hour late.
Yeah, basically.
It's like
So
showing
we end up getting
fashionably.
there. We end up getting,
Itis.
yeah, or whatever the fuck they be calling it. So we get there and charismatic go in and shit, and he told me this shit's over, nigga. I was like, what?
Ended? So you missed the whole thing?
Yeah, you got there late or whatever. But when he
Well,
got
they
there,
shut it down early.
Kimback
too.
was the
Yeah, Kimback
was
was
there.
on.
He was
Son
on
of a
stage,
bitch.
and Kimback was going in.
Just
Shout out to
shutting down
Kimback.
rooms.
He runs a show in South Boston at Six Gear.
Six Gear.
Once a month. It's a monthly show. Shout out to him. But so he's on stage and he's doing his thing, and the audience is laughing. And,
Yeah, could you believe they were laughing?
Yeah,
At jokes?
Right, at jokes.
So wait, was this the
Kimback's
Heckle
funny as
Fest?
fuck.
No, this wasn't Heckle.
Now, Hecklefest
was
is
it?
canceled. That's why I told you about that other thing, but that's besides the point.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Hecklefest is canceled as of now at the Riot Theater just because it's what we do.
Because what's going on? Yeah, but
Sonny Dennis, Hecklefest is a great time, but like people say some shit that, but
It's
that-
heckling.
dude. I mean, she shut it down because of the comics on the stage that night, and then Kinback was like the icing on the cake. And if you think about all their material, like this is just jokes. It's funny. You know what I mean? It's just funny. Whereas if Hecklefest is just like, if she can't deal with like normal people and their jokes,
forget
how
about
the fuck are you
Hecklefest.
gonna deal with
Don't deal with
Hecklefest?
a
You know
whole
what I
That's
mean?
why I thought it was
comedians.
Hecklefest, because people.
No, it was just the
Go
normal
nuts.
sets, dude. And you look at the lineup, it's nothing crazy. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
It's
right.
nothing where you're like, these people are gonna shut down a room. You're just like, it's funny, It's just funny.
I had to pull him close.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So Chris Kimback was on stage when it
Yeah, he was on stage when it happened, and Charismatic he was just like, yo, like,
Was he on stage when the same shit happened at the Improv?
Well,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah. He was on the stage. I love,
Shout out to
dude.
Kinback.
I love Kinback is so gangster that he has a reputation of shutting down rooms, but he's so funny that he gets booked all the time, anyways. Which is like, that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Like I get booked not all the time, and I just have a reputation. You know what I mean? Whereas it's like I haven't even been at these places. You know what I mean? This didn't happen when I was there at all. You know what I mean?
it's just crazy.
But it's
bro.
just like, for what he does, he's just funny. You know what I mean?
No, he's a
The
funny
kid
mu-
is
he's a
just
funny ass dude, man.
It's just jokes, people. It's fucking jokes.
It's like you pay to go to a comedy show.
It's a
Expect
joke. What the fuck?
expect to hear. If you're not paying, okay, I want you to understand something. When you paying these ticket prices for these local shows, and you get to see people that are local comedians, if you're not buying your tickets through Ticketmaster, and you're not going to some big venue or crazy comedy club or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, expect to see local comedians that are still working their shit and still.
Yeah, but even still,
But
like,
Kim
you know what
Back
I
is
mean?
still seasoned and he's good and it's funny. Like I've seen him do these jokes in other rooms and it's killed. So what kind of perplexes me is like you got these people that are there.
No, it's just this fucking.
I was gonna say, here we go again with that word, perplexed.
No, but it's like now everybody
You
wants
do
to
it too.
say
Like
something.
you said it, you looked over.
He's like, son of a bitch. It was like, I digress. You know what I mean? It was like, I digress. It's like, no, but everybody wants to like have their say. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, if you went to the show and it was a good show, it was a good show. You went to the show and it was a bad show, you didn't like it, it was a bad show.
Right.
Is that any reason to be like, these people should never be allowed to get on stage again? Dude, they talked about, I hope that we
we'll get
can
in-
ban the comics from other clubs.
And we'll get into that.
That's what the fuck they said.
I'm actually glad that this lady stepped up because you don't know how long I've been going to comedy shows and just feeling so unsafe lately.
dude, this is one of Sean's first bits, dude. He's like, yo, I was at Wendy's the other day.
That's
and
my shit.
I'm just sitting down eating my French fries, and I'm looking up at that little girl with those pigtails, and I'm just like, I'd like to take those and wrap them around my waist. And just fuck her face. It was like, hey, do you
With a
feel
sucking and
safe?
fucking
Do you
comes
feel safe right now? Do you feel safe?
Well,
I said,
he's
yeah,
like-
but you didn't hear my voice. I said it like, but did you fuck your face?
And then I changed it to whispering it.
Yeah, which I like a little better.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I mean, it's a
I
fictional
just
character.
feel like as if you're a regular audience member and you're going to buy tickets for a comedy show, the ticket prices is like $7, $10.
Even if it's 40
$15,
fucking
$20,
dollars.
whatever the case may be. Expect to have a good show, but expect people to say things that you might not be comfortable with. And not every comedian is going to be your style of comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a black man doing comedy in Boston. I grew up in the projects. I got different world views on shit that I view and I say and that comes across for me. So I say these things a little bit differently when I go on stage.
That's the thing.
Whereas Kenny could have grew up in, this is hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? I know, you grew up in Eastie or whatever, but it's like you have a different worldview and different experiences shit. So when you go up on stage, you're going to say things that, whatever. You laugh at a lot of cum shit. Not cum shit. But
Yeah, when some people would get disgusted by it.
yeah, some people get disgusted by it. Me personally,
Yes.
I laugh when I see white people get smacked. That shit is hilarious to
I
me.
love when anybody gets smacked.
Oh, no. I just love to see white people get their shit rocked.
So racist.
It is. But it's like, you know what I'm
A
saying?
good smack is always entertaining.
Oh yeah. But
Very
he specifically was like, I just like
white
when
people and Asians. I like to see white people and Asian niggas get the shit slapped out of them. Fire slapped out.
Did you see that? Did you
Or
see
whatever.
that smack? How they do that, like the slap thing with just one on
We
one.
jumping around. Hold on 1 second. But anyway, but I was getting back to that point. Hold on. That point that I was making, though, you paying for something or whatever, based off of the money that you're spending is the quality of the show that you're going to get 9 times out of 10. But there is the rare chance that you get discounted tickets or whatever, or you pay for a show. Like we throw shows or whatever, and we'll have an amazing lineup of comedians, and the shit be funny. But not everything is going to hit with everybody. So you can't, the shit that kind of happened at that theater was kind of crazy because the crowd wasn't even the ones that was
hold on.
mad.
It was like planned. It was planned. There's no way it wasn't. The lady was there all night. She made a stand, made a big thing, and then they had a fucking article written this morning on a fucking Universal Hub. Like misogynistic comics no longer welcomed in Rosendale. Hold on. Can I let me read what she wrote first on the Riot Theater.
So when he's gonna pull that up. Kenny's gonna pull that up. But the crazy shit is like the audience members that were there were laughing at the jokes that Kim Back was doing, and then she just came in and was just like,
jokes.
"What the fuck is
Because
going
they're
on?"
jokes. All right, so this is Courtney Pong, owner of the Raji's Riot Theater, the Riot Theater, right? Tonight, I shut down a string of misogynistic stand-up comics. As in, I walked on stage in the middle of one of them talking, addressed the audience, offered a full refund, told them it would not be tolerated here, and pulled the show and its comics from our theater immediately. Lights on, go home. I have never felt more alive than right now.
Doesn't it feel like we just heard an excerpt from the Joker's book or some shit? Just like with Kenny just going hard. It's like, why the fuck are you?
That's how
She didn't sound like that, but that was her.
That's how her words sound
He
to
started-
me, baby.
he started off
That's
all
how
soft.
those words sound to me.
He started off super soft, was like, yes, this is Courtney Pong. And then he started getting like,
How it reads, kid. It's how it reads. Read it different.
I love when you do that shit.
Fuck
that
that
is
shit. That
hilarious.
shit's retarded. It's fucking
Yeah,
people.
It's funny
fucking-
though how some people get offended at jokes when they go to comedy shows. It's like,
What the fuck
Like,
are you-
listen, this isn't about you. Like, how self-centered are you, motherfucker?
That's the
Like,
fucking thing. That's what he's talking about. So people go to comedy. It's first off, it's comedy. It's an art form. It's all subjective. Just like you go to a thing, you look at a painting. Some people are like, ugh, and like it. And other people are like, I don't get it. It looks like that. It's just like that. But that doesn't give you the right to be like, I was unsafe and I didn't. No, they shouldn't be talking about this or that or the other. It's like, dude, that's the idea. We can talk about whatever we want. Granted, we have to deal with people like you, but to shut it, in all honesty, it's their place. It's their place. She owns it. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, that's
and
her
like
right.
I'm not trying
But
to
she's coming out of it looking like a
disagree with
hero.
that. Like I firmly believe she can do whatever she wants. But I just feel this fucking attitude of
Do they
it's
sell-
not jokes. You know what I mean? It's not jokes. It's misogyny. Like that, you can't joke about hitting women or putting them in the trunk of a car.
like I said earlier, fuck that place. They don't even sell alcohol there.
They
sell
don't,
candy
which is
bars and
crazy.
juice.
Right. It's like my kid at school. He's like,
Juice
yo, you want?
boxes and candy
Give me $1, kid.
And honestly, that candy's from fucking Family Dollar. That bitch ain't fooling nobody.
All day. This is not individual resale.
And not to shit, and you know what I'm saying, not to be like salty comedians or whatever and shit on her
I don't give a
joint or
fuck.
whatever. I'm glad that she gave people the opportunity, to run shows, to be able to run shows at her theater. But to be
Yeah.
to be truthfully
Look,
honest,
Liam's still doing them too.
to be truthfully honest with you, whether Liam runs them or not, and I'm gonna look directly into the camera, I don't give a fuck. The theater is shitty. You have
It's hard to
shitty,
get
you have
people
shitty seating. You feel what I'm saying?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the cut somewhere. Like these motherfuckers, it's attached to a yogurt
It's in
place,
Roslindale.
and it's in fucking Roslindale.
It's like the Delaware. Of
I mean, it was
Boston.
a cool idea,
gives a
dude. It was like it'd be cool if
Nobody
like
cares.
fucking, it
It's
was
a 10 o'clock.
downtown,
It's a 10 o'clock. I can
Cambridge.
understand. I
It's a
can,
great thing, 10,
no,
10 on a Friday.
But I
it's
can
great.
I
Nothing's
can
going on, it's
totally
perfect.
understand if it was at a prime time, like if it was at 7 o'clock.
Nah, there's too much
8
shit going on.
o'clock.
10
No,
o'clock
listen
is
to what I'm-
great
listen
for
to
a
what I'm
late
saying.
show. It's great.
But a late show, if you're going to a late comedy show, are you
gotta have
expecting
booze.
clean comedy?
Fuck no.
Exactly
No.
my point.
What is clean comedy?
Clean
Why-
comedy is clean comedy. Mr. Bean?
Yeah, I guess. No, I know what you're saying. I'm not trying to but it's just like, what the fuck are you? Do you know? Look, then go to a show that is just that.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I
right.
mean? Go there and don't. You're gonna just tell me you can't do what you're trying to dictate what I can do on stage.
And the crazy thing is,
in
it's
an
not like
art
the theater.
form.
The theater isn't promoting the shows.
No,
They're not doing anything to promote the shows.
Dude, that's the thing too. It's
just-
like I don't even have an issue. Like
it's basically I'm just using your theater, but I'm doing a private show.
yeah,
At
yeah,
your
but
theater.
it's not because you have public.
And it's not
the
a
public
it's
coming
not
in.
a
So
thea-
it's
They
not like
call it a theater, but truth be
No, it's a
told,
room.
it was a storage closet.
Yeah.
And they turned it into a little space. Sean, you look irritated.
He just keeps thinking about it. Keeps thinking about it.
Nah, cause I know what that feels like when you sitting up here and you got two assholes next to you, and you just be
Why are you
frustrated.
being cunty?
No, I'm just saying.
No, you're not. He is. No, I just thought he was.
He's not
I don't
being
know.
cunty.
Can't say that. We've been going through this. Just saying, it's like the moon
Why you
with all
being
sinks.
cunty?
You know?
Why you being cunty? I love that.
Fucking.
Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. But yeah, for Kim Back to get kicked off the stage, right?
They all got kicked out. It
No,
wasn't just him.
but it's just for him to get kicked off in the middle of his set, and then on top of that, the audience members that were there were laughing, but then
They thought it was part of the act.
But then she makes a post,
They thought it was part of the act.
and then an article comes out in I think it's a web paper.
Yeah, Universal Hub.
So what did that article say?
Yeah, it's
Is
kind
that even a
of.
legit paper? What
Well,
is that?
it's like a
Universal
local
Hub.
it's like a local site that people go on. It says misogynistic comedians can stay out of Rosendale by fucking
Who's the name? What's his name?
Adam G. Adam G. Yeah.
Adam G. You are the problem with comedy. in
I didn't even kick on that shit.
But go ahead and read this shit.
The
But
owner
don't-
of a comedy spot in Rosendale shuts down a series of stand-up sets late last night after she said she had enough of the string of racist, sexist jokes. So I didn't realize I threw in some racism there, but I guess misogyny is the big headline, because women matter more than people of color. White women. Oh, she's Asian. No, she's not.
She identifies as a white woman.
coming
She-
Probably
from a
does. Yeah,
She
that's why she's
identifies as a white
complaining.
woman.
Because what else besides a white woman?
Because her first name ain't Leonardo, it's Courtney, and her last name's Pong.
Courtney Pong,
So
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
She's the owner of the theater. you
Right.
know? So she goes, it got off to a bad start, right, by the comedian emceeing, must have been Logan O'Brien, joked about the segregated audience because there was 2 black men in the small crowd of 17 people, all men. He makes to make sure to fucking. Then over the next 40 minutes or so, cringed, listened to a number of this bitch jokes, and finally had enough where one guy told
Is
a
Courtney
joke.
saying this, or is the person
This
that
is
wrote
the guy that wrote the article.
So the person that wrote the article was there.
Maybe,
Probably
probably,
wasn't even there.
Who knows? She could have taped the whole fucking thing.
It was for. Now I
This
want you to
sounds like
understand
a
something.
total
There was only
fucking
4.
money
There was only
grab,
4
more or
people.
less, you know? Like,
4
or-
people.
I'm sorry. What is like when you get woke points? Like, you know what I mean? So it's not a money grab. It's like, you're getting like this I'm cultured currency.
All right.
like,
So
I-
here.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier
Yeah.
she's coming out of it looking like a hero.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, 100%. She's looking like a hero without a doubt. Well, not to us. She's not, but to 2 people. Two
fucking
people.
whore.
So she goes, like had to keep listening to this bitch jokes, and then finally had enough when Chris came back. She doesn't quote his name, but she goes, told the joke about how he couldn't understand why Uber fired him for making women's customers ride in the trunk, and then she goes, wait. She realized, like, I own this place, like, and so sitting at the table, she hit a fucking bell and told everybody, refunds, out of here. It's not okay. It's not who we are, she told the audience. And then one dude was like, is this a joke, or is this like the,
That's what it says in the article.
It's legit
It
says
is
the
an
dude
improv
was there.
place,
Yeah, the
too.
dude was there. So is this a joke, or is this part of the act? And then said she chose Rosendale deliberately, but whatever, fucking.
Hold on,
The
she
space
did-
is inclusive, not just for audience members, comedians, and a business traditionally dominated by men. Pong said their subversive humor, but male comedians punching down with old tired domestic violent jokes are not what she wants in her theater. And like, good for her for saying that, but it's just like, dude, I don't know. It's so fucking. It's crazy, dude.
I understand what
Like,
she's
I
saying.
get, like, you can't argue with what she's saying. She could have trauma. Do you know what I mean? It's like you read that, and
Well,
it's just
okay,
like,
just to be devil's advocate for a second. Truth be told, if you think about it, you know, how can you book a show and there is no diversity? If you book the show and
you should just book funny. You
Yeah,
should
no,
not
no, no,
be
I
required
understand.
to
No,
book
no,
a
that's not
fucking
what I'm
woman,
saying.
a gay
No, no.
guy, and a person of color.
But that's not
retarded.
what I'm, but that's
or
not,
a white guy.
That's not what I'm saying. Because I don't like that shit neither.
No, that's
the reason why
retarded.
I don't like it is because then I feel like it's almost like you
But
know,
they'll call you out on it, like you, and that dude when
yeah, because this is the thing. If you have nothing but shows being run around the city or whatever, and it's just all white males,
yeah.
right? That's kind of crazy. So it's like, damn, like, is anybody else gonna get a chance to shine? Yeah, funny is funny, but get the funniest bitch you know. You know what I'm saying? Get the funniest, you know what I'm saying? Get the funniest dude, you know what I'm saying? Get the funniest nigga you know or whatever that's gonna kick that hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that, you know what I'm saying? Like, find somebody. You know what I'm
funny.
saying?
Nah, but it
Funny
don't matter
is-
because it depends on what you do and if you fit their room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
funny
people
is
that
the
have
least requirement in
Because
this
they'll be like,
job.
all right, this. What'd you say?
Funny
Being
is
funny is the least requirement in this
Which
job.
is ridiculous. Yeah, that's the least. That should be the only requirement, right? Like that should be
It
the
should be,
only
but-
requirement. When I go and do my job, do people laugh? That's it. That's the only requirement.
yeah.
you know what I
But
mean?
just understand,
It should be.
understand as a comedian, a new comedian, old comedian or whatever, you ain't gonna please everybody, man.
No,
Like,
but you
at the end of the
gotta-
day, if you was in
what
this,
do you-
if you was in this job to try to please everybody, you're not gonna win.
I'm not trying to please shit. I'm trying to make you laugh. I
That's
want you.
it.
I want to make you laugh,
I know
and you're
how
upset
the-
with
how the
yourself that you
ladies-
laughed.
How the lady shut down the show? Like what? How does
She
she
went on
doesn't?
stage.
How does she not know that everybody in there who paid to get in was having a good time?
They were
It
having
would've
a
been
good
great
time.
if- it
So
would've
so
been
wait,
great if-
everybody heard they were having a good time, but I guess there's a bar across the street from there.
They weren't
Because that's the
having a
only
good
place. No. So everybody like went over there after, and she was talking to one of the. As she followed over and talking to the paying customers, explaining why she felt she had to close the performance, she said one of the paying customers was a BC student, and that it broke my heart to think he might have to punch down humor like going after women was okay. And the comedians never acknowledged me, she said, which was, I don't know if that was her quote or.
Yeah, she was kind of tight, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. Because nobody took the time.
Oh, so they went in and she was the owner.
Yeah, but nobody knows who the fuck you are. So now because you salty,
Right. Yeah, because you could just be an audience member. Now, all right. So let's put it this way, right? So you get the room. Usually, no one's there. There's the one person at the door you talk to. You get there, right? We went there. We went there.
she's
right?
a misandress.
The person at the register is the
fuck
only
is a
person there, right? The person at the register. She hates men, whatever the fuck it is. But
Oh, now you're gonna reverse it.
Yeah, we're gonna,
no, I'm just
we're
fucking
gonna
around.
flip the script because now if you think about it, she was mad because
No
there
one
was
talked
mad
to her.
niggas on the show and it wasn't
Everybody
no
was
females.
laughing.
Everybody was laughing, like, oh, put the bitch in the trunk of the car. And she was like, oh, you're misogynist. No, she was a misandress.
no. But what if no one talked to her?
She was the massengale.
No. Do you understand what I'm
Whatever.
saying? Like, was she at the register? Like, when we've been to the riot, you go there, there's no one in the room except one person that's working behind the register. So say that register person was there and you talked to them because they're like the upstairs. Like,
She
you
owns
got to
the
talk to
theater.
So then you set your show up, you get everything going. You're not going to go just hit on some fucking like random person at the thing being like, hey, how you doing? What are you doing here? Do you own this place? And maybe it should have been her job to go up to them. I don't know if they didn't meet, you know what I mean? But it sounds like that. None of the comedians acknowledged her.
Before the show started, if that's
What's
what
her
you
name?
was worried about, that's what
Some-
your dumbass should have
Christina
went up
Pong,
and
fucking
did.
some-
Yeah, Courtney Pong.
Courtney
You
Pong.
dumb
That would've
motherfucker,
Courtney
yo.
Ponged her ass across the room.
Yeah, like you dumb motherfucker. If it's your spot, it's your shit. Why wouldn't you just? First off, if I'm running, if I got a club or whatever the fuck, you feel what I'm saying? I want that type of attention.
I wouldn't book any white people.
No, facts. But no, I'm just playing. Nah, but if I wanted that type of attention, I would have just said before the show started, I was like, look, hi, my name's Big D. I'm the owner of Sud Says.
She could be like, "Hi, my
whatever."
name is Big C."
Yeah, big
we
cut.
should make an eat.
And introduce myself or whatever and say, this is my theater, feel welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. and then walk the fuck off. But
Yeah, but that's
then,
what I'm saying. I've never seen her there. I don't think, and I've
Yeah,
been
but
there. I've
that's
been
the-
there numerous times.
she's a corny
know what I mean?
motherfucker, yo. I'm
No,
tired
dude,
of.
It's not. It's not. It's even worse than corny. It's staged. This is like a Jesse Smollett shit, dude.
Juicy
where it's just
Smollett?
like whatever the fuck his name is, dude. This
Juicy.
is like almost identical to that shit. They're like, dude, they're gonna say some shit. I'm gonna stop it. We're gonna write a story about it tomorrow, and we're gonna be heroes. It's like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, like that shit is corny.
Because no one on that fucking lineup is like doing anything that's like that outrageous. Like Kinback, I don't even think Kinback does anything that's that outrageous. I think
Oh,
he's
no,
just,
he got some foul shit.
yeah, but it's just like it's jokes. You know, he's saying
Yeah,
jokes.
but that's the thing. It's jokes. It's calculated. And
It's
if you've never
perfect.
seen Chris
Kid's
Kinback,
perfect.
Kinback
great.
is probably one of the best comedians.
So
out there,
good.
man. He's funny as shit, man. And it's a shame that we live in this cancel culture.
Shut him down.
We live in this PC
Shut him
bullshit.
down.
As comedians, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, this is our art form, and this is what we do. If you don't like this shit,
Fuck
you know what I'm
off.
saying? Fuck you. Suck a dick. Or do whatever it is that you do. Eat some pussy.
Right, fucking
or
beat it.
whatever the fuck it is.
Beat it.
Whatever
You know what I
the
mean?
fuck it is.
Go down the
you
block,
gonna do.
kid. This block ain't
You
yours.
put your middle finger up to these niggas?
You know what I
or
mean?
something?
Damn, kid.
Oh, no, you ain't.
You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, right here,
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah, fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all.
Nah,
man.
but for real, you know what I mean? It's
if
like
you
the
never
same
book
deal.
me, I don't give a shit, man. It don't matter to me. It is
How'd
what
you
it
up
is.
on the wrong side of the tracks, dude?
Because I'm black.
I was born here, bitch.
Right. No, I was fucking around. But yeah, that shit is crazy. We did 30 minutes on that shit. That shit is nuts.
Easily.
At least,
Easily.
I know we
Crazy.
did.
Get this shit gets me riled up, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's not even her or her place. It's just that attitude. It's just like, but it's a good thing because you know that attitude's out there. But I so fucking just wanna just fuck with the attitude. You know what I mean? It's like because you're pushing it, I'm pushing back. You're pushing, I'm pushing back. You know what I mean? It's like that's because why not? Why not?
Okay, you're mad aggressive.
Not
It's
really.
always mad aggressive.
I mean, I don't know.
I wonder what kind of enthusiasm you have when you beat your dick.
Too much, dude. I get all raw.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a night. We're gonna have
It's just
fun.
me, I'm laying can't. I'm not like,
Ah! I get like that sometimes.
it's going.
Yeah, let's get this going. But speaking of, look, this is a good transition from that to this right here. Monique Monique has not ended her shit yet with Netflix.
No, that was like a year ago or more,
had to
right?
be.
What's going on now with her and this?
Suing, bitch.
She's
She's like, fuck
she's
these
going after
motherfuckers.
Monique's going after the bag,
Who do
man.
they think they are?
Monique's going after the bag, and she's doing it in a very clever way, and I applaud her
I mean,
on her cleverness.
it's like,
Is she a misandries?
what's the average?
What's going on? What is she suing them
Special.
for?
So
was
she's suing them because Netflix offered her $500,000, and if I'm correct, she feels
She ain't shit.
gender.
Oh,
she's
you don't think
suing,
I'm shit 'cause I'm
she's
just a
suing
black
based off
woman.
of gender bias, and I think
Because
racial
they,
and gender
they
bias.
paid
is some shit.
Schumer, they paid Chappelle, they paid side like they,
Basically, what she was saying is like you offered me $500,000, but Amy Schumer got 26 times more.
Yeah, but dude, I want
than
to
me.
say, like the people that got like the stand-ups, you know what I mean, or like the shit like that. They were getting like 20, 50, something like that.
Yeah, but even
you know what I mean,
if-
so you got a 20.
Well,
cuts on Netflix.
those are
You know what I'm
like up
saying?
and coming. You talking about
Yeah,
Monique?
yeah.
Monique is an Oscar winner, dog. Like you
Yeah,
believe
but that's
it or
not for comedy. That's for
No,
fucking
it's not for
Precious and
comedy.
shit.
But the thing is,
Oh,
like
she would still pack a crowd.
that's still she'll
Yeah,
still
yeah,
pack
yeah,
a
she'll
crowd.
still
It's, like,
pack
it's
a
not
crowd.
like she does not a
But
draw.
has she been doing that? Like touring on against?
Yeah,
not,
Monique's
not
been
that,
doing-
like,
Monique's
Chappelle.
been doing her
I mean,
thing.
Yeah. Nah,
The crazy thing is with comedy or whatever, once you reach a certain level, like she's been in the comedy game since forever. Like
Oh yeah.
a long
No,
time.
way back, dude.
So she
she
has
was on
the
Def Jam and shit. I
Yeah,
think,
she
right?
has the
Yeah,
material. Like she was even before Def Jam. She used to run. I was as a kid. I used to listen to this tape called Snaps, and this dude named Talent. Shout out to Talent. He's a well-known comedian in the New England area, New York, whatever. But he had a CD or whatever. Him, AJ Johnson, a whole bunch of other comedians or whatever, just shitting on people. And Monique had a show where she was just going back roasting people, snapping and shit. She's been in the game for a long time, and she's been doing comedy way longer than Amy Schumer, and by far is funnier than Amy
Yeah,
Schumer.
but she
But
like Schumer.
the thing is,
She put out a Netflix special.
No.
they offered her money.
Oh, they offered
she
her.
turned
Half
it
a
down
mil.
because she was like, "Look,
She's
y'all
like,
ain't.
fuck you. You pay
this
me
is
more."
this is my life. I've been doing this
Yeah.
shit for
So
20
how is that a
plus years."
suable offense?
Because she's basing it off of gender and racial bias. She's saying that
It's
men,
gonna be a tough sell.
men,
Well,
men.
that's stupid.
They'll probably,
It's
but
not a tough
no,
sell.
no,
If
no,
you
no,
think-
no. So they probably won't go to court with us, but
They're
they'll
gonna
just
settle.
give us some more money.
They're gonna settle.
That's
know what
like
I mean?
that's like if you're
They'll just
like
give us
that's like
some more
if you're
dough.
like a carpenter, right? And
Yeah.
somebody offers you, some to do some work in their house, and
Yeah.
and they don't want to pay you
Right.
as much as you think you deserve to get paid. You could sue them. No, the fuck
No,
out.
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
well,
no, no. You can't sue them. But if you've been having multiple
You
carpenters
just don't
come
take
up,
the job.
no, listen.
That's
if you
it.
have multiple
What if the
carpenters,
job's done?
what?
That's why I asked it. She'd already put up the Netflix
No, no, no,
special.
no,
What
she
the
didn't,
fuck
she
is going
didn't.
on here?
I'm confused.
He was talking about if like you worked somewhere at a place in like, yes, basically you give them an estimate and they don't want to.
She's saying that this is what she's saying. She's saying that basically all these men have been paid millions of dollars to
Which
do,
is true.
Stand up.
But is her shit
And
not
she's
as
saying that-
worth
Yeah,
as
but
much?
which
And what
men?
she
I
said-
mean,
And is it really based
regardless,
off
they're
of?
they're
And
probably
what she
more
said-
popular.
And
That's what
she-
I'm trying to say too. Yeah.
But what she's saying is that all these men get paid percentages, like 50, like Chappelle got paid 50, 60 times more than
Oh,
she
yeah,
got
yeah,
offered.
yeah.
That's like Scottie Pippen bitching he doesn't get paid the same amount of money as Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. You
Yeah,
can't
so
even,
Chappelle,
there's no
like,
comparison.
you know what I mean?
Well,
Like, there's
Monique
the-
is no greatest comedian of all time.
no, like you wouldn't even put her on a top fucking 25, 50 list.
Of females?
Oh, now we're gonna like segregate it like that. I thought we
could.
were talking about funny
You
people.
could.
Now we're
Alright,
gonna get
alright.
misogynist.
And
You
we're
know,
gonna
you
talk
being
about funny. If
misogynist
we're
and
gonna talk
shit.
about funny people, let's be real. That drunk nigga down the block or whatever is probably gonna be ahead of all these niggas. But you know,
Maybe.
whatever. Like I said though, she's suing because she feels like men get their just due. Women don't get it like that. And if you're a white woman, if you're a black woman, you definitely ain't gonna get it. So,
Yeah,
but she
no,
has
it's
a
just a
strong,
good
she
point
has a
to get
strong
more
case,
dough.
kinda. Like if you think about it, what's old girl's name? Wanda Sykes got a Netflix joint out, right?
Yeah, Wanda Sykes is funny.
She's funny, but I don't know how much she got paid. I don't know what it is. But
I know, that shit's gotta be
It's
out
kind of
there,
like
too.
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
they offered you a Netflix special. You didn't
For
want to take
$500,000.
it.
But
You
it's
didn't want to
common
take it.
sense. I mean, who are you gonna pay more?
Well,
Dave
hey,
Chappelle for a special?
on,
Are you gonna pay Wanda
Sykes for a
Hold
Sykes?
up.
special?
Hold-
You can't give them the
gotta
same
look
amount
at-
of money.
No. you can't
No,
give
but what
them
I'm
some
saying is that Wanda Sykes and
Not because
Monique are
female,
two
male, either.
black women in comedy.
Yeah.
Right? But Wanda Sykes plays more to a white crowd.
What about Yamanika? She ain't doing shit.
Yamanika Sanders is still an up and coming comedian.
Right.
She's not a and Yamanika is a beast.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Yamanika Sanders is a beast. I don't know if you've ever seen her out in New York, but she is a monster, dog. Like she's
No, I know,
crazy.
but so like
but the thing
she
is,
wouldn't
I
she
think
wouldn't
she's one of the
sneeze it.
funniest female comedians out there. Right
yeah,
now.
definitely.
Yeah.
You've seen her shit. Like her shit be having me in tears. But the thing is where her and Monique is a veteran.
No, I know. She's got a 30
And,
years in.
but the
Easy.
thing is like
30.
you can make the case or whatever like that Wanda Sykes or whatever is more of a draw on Netflix because she can reach more people. But who's to say how much money she got or whatever the case may be? But
Right.
Wanda is still a black woman.
She got booed in Boston. Dude. She tried to do some fucking.
But she still is a black woman in comedy.
At that Comics Come
and
Home
she got her
No,
she
she's
got
great.
hers.
Wanda Sykes is
So it's like they
Not
might
bad
win
at
in
all.
court because it's like, look, we gave Wanda Sykes a
It's not
special.
gonna go to court because you know what I read in that article that Netflix was like, well, that was the first offer, like more or less that they said something like that. You know, she was just like, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I.
And she shouldn't go. I don't know.
You're gonna know your worth, right?
But then
in a
again, we
way?
don't know if that's
That
what
just
happened.
sounds stupid because no matter like who Monique is comparing herself to, she's playing the gender card and the race
Yeah, she's
card.
just trying to get more money.
I mean,
know what
if
I
you
mean?
had that option, would you not use it?
Yeah, this is just a smart thing to do.
Let's be totally honest.
If that's
Hold
a
on.
card you can play, why wouldn't you play it? You got to be
This
dumb.
is my point. This is this is gonna sound crazy right now, but
a pride thing? That's retarded.
I use. They say that there's no such thing as black privilege, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I use that shit.
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's a
I
different
use
thing.
it. I
But
use
you
it like
know.
a motherfucker. Anytime I feel mistreated, or anything, these motherfuckers is racist. I swear to God, I use that.
I'm
shit.
light skinned, isn't it?
Yeah, I use colorism, all that shit. I've done it. I've done
Colorism.
it.
Was that a TV and shit? You're
No,
like,
that's
yo,
some
check
real
this shit out
That's
right
some
now.
real. That's now we touching a touchy subject in the
Colorism.
black community because colorism I don't think you guys even know this.
Nah, I never even heard the terminology. I don't
Okay,
think.
so colorism.
Oh,
is-
you're talking about light skin and black skin people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
never
thing
mind. I know
though,
what
you
you're
could
talking about.
say you could say people of color, but you can't say colored people.
Yeah, who
no,
does
no,
that
no,
shit?
no. Let me just clarify something. I'm not a person of color. I'm
you're
not
black,
a colored
motherfucker.
person. I'm black. And the crazy thing is, and I've said this several times on this podcast.
How dare you not identify as a POC?
Yeah, fuck
Right?
the
Yeah,
POC.
fucking get in line, motherfucker.
POCs
Get
can
in
suck
line.
my left nut. I don't give
Get
a
in
fuck.
line.
Because the thing
You can't
for me
say
is
black.
like,
Doesn't
you
that
can't
offend
say
you?
shit no more.
Doesn't that offend you?
Everything.
You should be offended when someone calls you black.
Yeah, everybody's like pissed off and butthurt about everything. It's like, yo, fam. But truthfully, the POC shit was created to get rid of, just not even. It's like what Italians. Remember, I talked about this on the podcast before. I can't remember which episode number it was, but I've talked about it before.
Italians, the most discriminated white people.
What, like today?
I think they're
like
the most
today?
revered white people. Everybody loves Italians, niggas. What are you talking about?
No. I think
Bolognese?
Well, it's either
Some
it's
cannolis and
either
shit?
Italians or
Forget about
We
it.
got the best food.
What the fuck? Forget about it.
No, but that's the thing. Like, it's easy. You can.
You talking to those fucking wops over there?
So all these woke people, all these people that are like, you can't say this, you can't say that, will do Italian jokes because it's a
You know who the POCs are?
And the shit's funny.
Asians, Indians.
everybody not white.
Right.
That's it.
And that's the shit that
Like-
bothers
like, all right,
me.
well,
You
look at it
can't,
like
like,
this.
don't do that shit because this is the thing that really blows my fucking mind. Black people were mistreated in this country for years. For years
yeah,
and
100%,
years.
before
Now
other
all of a
other
sudden you
people
want to
came.
throw us in a fucking category with a bunch of other
it's
motherfuckers
just
that
like-
do not share our
dude,
struggle.
it's-
Fuck you.
What's really fucked up is how fucked up is it that we get that white gets the fucking like it's white and everything else. And it's
Right.
just like, dude, there's probably more, you know what I mean? Or they're gonna be more. But like, why are we distinguishing like white and everybody else? It's like, who the fuck?
Well, it's only like
It's
that. It's
crazy.
only. I mean, you gotta understand something. Like it's just different. You know,
And then they
like,
throw
like I said,
everybody
up
into
here,
white,
like,
white,
but
white,
this
white,
is
white,
this,
white.
this is what I like about up north. Like when I grew up down south was black or white. That's it. Black, white, Spanish. Everything was just jumbled into one. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really heard. I didn't know nothing about. The only time I hear about like this is the bullshit I hear when I came back up to Boston. Oh, I'm Irish and my mother's Dutch and down south. You white?
You white? You
You white? If it ain't white, it ain't right. But that's it.
Yeah, but those people
Up here, they motherfuckers be like, oh no, I'm a quarter German and I'm 2/3 Irish and and I got Native American in my
white,
blood,
huh?
dude. And I'm related to Christopher Columbus actually, Spaniard blood in my blood and stuff. And yeah, man. And then black people up here, I'll be like, you Jamaican? Are you Haitian?
Yeah.
Are you Dominican? Are you this? Are you that?
And
or
then they'll be
whatever?
like, look how dark that
Yeah,
motherfucker
right.
is.
It's like, yo,
dude.
it be black. It be
You know?
niggas that be
But
no
that was
bold
like,
black.
yo, but
be Dominican,
the
Spanish.
South,
as fuck.
dude, the South, like back at not even that far back, like when you were like Italian, like you came in off the boat, they were looking at you like you weren't white. They were like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because you wasn't.
100
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're
weren't-
right. Exactly. And I talked about this before. Like
Yeah.
everybody had their own group. The Irish, Italians.
But Irish
East
were
Boston-
white.
East
They just
Boston was
didn't like
Italian,
it.
right?
Yeah, it was Irish before it was Italian.
Yeah, but
It was
what I'm
Jewish
saying,
before that.
What I'm saying is that everybody had their own group, and then everybody just got lumped into one thing. The
Yes,
only thing is
100%,
like,
100%.
White just sounds regular.
But if you're American, like Americans like that, like America, like the USA is like that. Like we all got, because it's like when like all these like immigrants coming out, like Spanish people and shit, they're all like into the church, right? You know what I'm saying? They're all into the church.
All these Spanish people like.
They are, dude. You go to East Boston. We're in East Boston right now. You go on any Sunday at one of the parishes right on tomorrow. It's all Spanish people. There's no white people there. There's no fucking white people. And in 20 years from now, there'll be no Spanish people there because their kids will be Americanized.
the Spanish church right down the street from my house. It has a
See, he's calling it the Spanish church. It was St. Mary's.
It has a neon light. It says, "Come in, we're open."
Is it a brothel?
Like it's a fucking convenience store.
Brockton's like that. Like, it's like that's always.
That's some funny
There's
shit.
mad churches in Brockton. It's just, like they're not even churches. They're just like garages. They used to be something else, like a house, but it's got a church sign.
Yeah, all those churches got bought out.
yeah. But now they're making
There's
condos.
there's a church in Charlestown that they turned They turned it into a Dollar Tree.
Yeah, I seen that shit. That's crazy, right? The pastor was like, "Shit, let's get the fuck on, man."
Yo, a Dollar Tree?
Dollar Tree,
Why wouldn't they make condos? You think they would be fucking?
It's right by a halfway
You know what I'm
house
saying?
too. That's
Yeah,
the
dude,
crazy shit.
everything in Charlestown's by a halfway house.
Yeah, because I
It's
dropped
like,
this
come on,
motherfucker
it's only
off
like a
from East
mile.
Boston to right by that Dollar Tree, and he was like, "I gotta get over here before parole comes." I was like,
I don't give a fuck, dude. I heard that the church over there, up on the hill, I heard they're making that into a Taco Bell.
wow. A fucking Pollo Loco and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Dude, that never would have happened when the mob used to run East Boston.
Right.
They would never turn that church into a Taco Bell.
Yo, and you know what's crazy though? Like that's the crazy shit. I mean, you gotta think like everything is diverse now, where it's just like people don't even realize like, and it's gonna sound crazy, but and this is just my own personal opinion. I don't want anybody to be offended by what I'm about to say, but I feel like it'll almost like because racism is still alive and well here in America, but I think shit would have been better if it was like it was back in the day, you know? Black people hung with black people. White people, Irish hung with the Irish. Italians hung with the
No, we
Italians.
can't do that.
No, but what I'm saying is that the neighborhoods were totally different. Black people actually gave a fuck about their communities and shit. And
There's
did some
still
shit.
black
You know what I'm
people that
saying?
give a fuck about their
that's
community.
that's every
You know what I mean?
generation has that. But what I'm saying is like if you really think about it, you know.
Like you think like Roxbury and Dorchester is worse now than it was in like the 80s?
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's like more violent now.
The 80s was crazy.
No,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like
The
it's
80s was
even
crazy.
becoming more.
But think
gentrified.
about back in the day or whatever.
There wasn't a camera everywhere either.
Yeah,
Back in the
and
That's
then
true,
but
like
think about
Big
back in the
Brother.
days when you know Roxbury was black.
Yeah.
No, white
Just
people
black,
now
like
would
not
even-
Spanishy,
people would not know,
what I mean?
what the fuck to do if they went into a neighborhood and it was truly all black.
No, that's retarded.
That's the crazy shit.
What do you think? If I'm walking any place in America and I walk into a place and it's just all black all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no, it'll be.
No, but you're gonna take
Think
note.
about it. It'll be a culture.
Yeah, you can't not take notes. You're just gonna
But
be
there
like,
was
oh,
a-
I guess I got to the black area.
But no, but
Like,
seriously.
But I'm not gonna be like
it,
scared.
But if you think about it, there were sundown towns that ruled the South, ruled the Midwest, or
Oh,
whatever.
Debbie, even
like-
look at Harlem.
Right,
Like
well,
you know what I mean? It's like, that's not
okay,
the
exactly.
same,
That's
you
that's
know
a
what I mean?
perfect example. Look at Harlem. Harlem back in the day was all black. It was black-owned businesses, black everything. There was black lawyers. There was black doctors. It was
Yeah, like
everything
proud
was
black.
Harlem was
like,
black.
This is what we're doing in
Tulsa,
this motherfucker.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, all black. You feel what I'm saying? There's certain sections in cities or whatever, like in Philadelphia, the section is Philly, whatever, was all black. You know what I'm saying? That's when black people were prospering and doing good and shit.
Still.
But the thing is like if you were able to step back in time, like from now and go back and see some shit like that, it would fuck your head up. Because you'd be like, what?
Oh, you're like, what's going on?
Like, these
Why are we
niggas
going to
is-
this? They're like, what are they, Nazis?
These
Why are
niggas
they
is
all
working
congregating
together?
together? What's the deal here?
What?
You know, yeah. That's a, yeah. But it's just...
Imagine going to an Italian, going to Little Italy back in the day. Well, Little Italy is still the same now, but just think about
That's
you go to
probably
Little
more
Italy.
touristy,
You go to Little Italy, and then you got this Dominican dude with a store right down the street.
Right.
The shit would never happen, son. You know what I'm saying? But you go.
Yeah, but that's just progress. That's evolution. That's just gonna. It goes how it goes.
Is it?
You can't stop it.
This
and
the
be
crazy-
Like,
this
no,
is
no,
what's-
no, no. This is the Italian. Get the fuck
Nah,
out
but
of
this
here.
is what's
What are you
crazy to
doing?
me.
You
This
stay
is-
on that end of the block. You can't.
This
do
is what's
that.
crazy
That's
to
crazy.
me. If you were born here, you get no opportunity like
No,
when
no,
you
no.
just come here. When you
You get
come
more.
here,
Kinda.
no,
Maybe.
you don't gotta pay taxes. They give you grants, loans,
Yeah,
all types of crazy
yeah.
shit to start
Yeah.
businesses and shit because you just moved to this country and shit. They give you all types of extra shit. So
No, but you could make it from our perspective. But you gotta
grind.
Yeah.
So it's a grind.
But it's still there.
and mind you, I mean,
We have this whole other fucked up this perspective of being born here. Do you know what I mean? So you have this fucked up perspective when you're born here, right? And
what you thinking about, son?
No, for real. Like when you're here and you just grow
Yeah, you
up
don't think about the shit the same
instead
way.
of coming from fucking someplace that ain't here and this is the dream. You know what I mean?
I know niggas now, whatever. I know a lot of Jamaican niggas or whatever. Jamaican niggas will come over here and be like, man, fuck this shit. Me have a better life back in Jamaica. I said, nigga, shut the fuck up. Niggas is over Jamaica trying to kill niggas to get over to America. What the fuck
Yeah,
you mean?
all day.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get from fucking Jamaica
I've
and
been
go
trying to kill people to get here too.
shit. I'm trying to kill to go to Jamaica, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
We're spoiled.
But the thing is that I would never do that because if I go to Jamaica, nigga, I know it's not gonna be no resort.
No, you're going to the jungle, motherfucker. You're going to a bow to tiki
there's
room
no
and
jungle.
shit.
No, there's no jungle. There's no tiki rooms and shit.
No, in Jamaica?
There's niggas. that are hungry as fuck.
Yo, it's just
and
a
ready
whole,
to-
it's a
ready
whole
to
island
eat
of
you.
people.
Yo, just they
It's
ready
not
to
a-
fuck your shit up. I'm talking about niggas ain't got no money to
They'll
eat.
tear your
Yo,
African-American
they got
ass
the
up.
nigga, the dogs. You know how dogs walk around this motherfucker and they all fat and just, hoo, hoo. Them dogs sound sick as fuck. You see a dog in Jamaica, them niggas be like, they
Can't even chase you.
Can't do shit. They ain't got no energy. They ain't eating shit, nigga. Fuck you mean? Dogs is fucked up over in Jamaica,
Wild
nigga. That's how you know.
They can't
You
even
know the
bark,
country's
they
fucked
cough.
up when the dogs is fucked up, nigga.
Yeah, they're looking like we can't swim out of here.
Fuck out of here. I'm
Pink
not.
eye and shit.
I'm not going to no fucking. The Dominican Republic sound good.
No, it doesn't right
It sound good. But
now. Don't
guess
drink
what?
out of the minibar.
Yeah, don't drink out the fucking mini bar. And then on top of that, niggas that I know that be in the Dominican, like, nigga, this nigga, we struggling out this bitch. All that shit, man. The only place you might be good at is Puerto Rico because they got food stamps in there.
USA, baby.
I could bring my food stamps from
Yeah.
here to Puerto Rico and eat.
What? Gangsta?
Think about that, nigga. If I'm gonna go anywhere, it's gonna be Hawaii or some shit.
Yeah, that's
you know why?
expensive, dog.
Because I can.
Hawaii's
Expensive.
expensive.
Expensive for what, nigga? I got food
Fly the
stamps.
fucking, motherfucker, you ain't buying fucking whole fucking vacation.
And still, a gallon of milk is like $10.
I don't drink no milk if that's the case. If I'm in Hawaii,
make it illegal.
Everything.
if I'm in Hawaii, I'm eating white fruits, nigga. I'm eating papayas and shit. And I'm papayas, nigga. That's what I'm eating. I'm eating papayas, purple passion pussies with purple cactuses, type shit. I'm eating papayas and I'm eating fruits and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm living off the volcano. I'm growing weed from the volcano ash. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Waku Wahoo. You know what I'm saying? Eating spam. That's why
Yo,
spam
spam's
is
a fucking huge thing down there.
yeah, that's why
motherfucker,
spam
dude.
is so
Just
popular.
walk.
But you know why? Because
Walking around with, like,
because
just a
meat,
leaf covering
ain't
your
no
junk.
cows just chilling out in fucking Hawaii.
Nah, it's all like imported.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, if you gonna get some hamburgers,
Gotta
nigga,
be
that
some
gotta be
pigs,
expensive
right?
as fuck.
You gotta be pigs. No, they're pigs.
Of course, there's pigs in Hawaii, nigga. Pigs is everywhere. Them nasty motherfuckers.
So why there no cows?
But they
Oh,
taste
you don't drink no
delicious.
fuck. They taste delicious. Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
hell
pigs,
yeah,
I'm not gonna
dude.
front, nigga. I
Yo,
don't know.
some
I'll
bacon,
never, as a
some
black
pork
man,
chops.
I know this is gonna
shoot,
sound
I
crazy.
eat pork, dude, cheat your
I don't
own.
think I can give. I don't think I can give up.
pork?
This is the crazy shit. You know what's crazy? Now, me growing up here and then growing up down south, I don't think there's black people down there that really know what chicharrones is, son.
Dude,
That shit
chicharrones,
is-
dude.
I
This
don't
is
even know
good
what
stuff.
chicharrones
Well, you don't
yeah,
eat meat,
eat that shit,
motherfucker.
yeah. But Chicha, if you did, nigga, I would have got you some chicharrones off gate, nigga. That
It's like a
shit's
pork
fire.
shoulder, dude. It's like
Pork
fucking
shoulder,
deep
extra
fried, dude. It's
crispy,
crispy.
nigga.
Shit's just like,
It's just delicious, yo. It's like
Very
eating
good.
some sweetback coochie.
But even some bacon. It's like, I don't want to give up bacon. I don't drink it. You know what? I feel like bacon's a delicacy for poor people.
Bacon is?
Yeah,
Nigga,
yeah,
bacon
yeah,
is
yeah.
expensive.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a delicacy
Oh, yeah, yeah, you
for
did
poor
say that.
people.
I'm
You
dumb,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah,
that makes
dog.
sense.
I'm
That
dumb
makes
as fuck.
sense.
I'm not. It's never a delicacy
But
when you
it's
got
so
food stamps.
good.
Because I'm telling you now, I'm going to eat the finest of things. Nigga,
yeah,
I
hell
bought
yeah.
a pound of,
give me
I went on a
beefcake.
date. It was like, shorty, you know what I'm saying? She was like, you don't ever take me, you don't do nothing. You don't want, I was like, how about I cook for you tonight? I'm going to make some lobster rolls. She was like, lobster rolls?
dating
What
a
you
white
gonna
girl
have?
from
One
Southie?
piece of meat in there? And I was like, nah. So I was thank God for
She's
food
like, what, you
stamps.
gonna make some fish sticks?
Right. So thank God for food stamps, yo. We ain't eat no chicken nuggets or fish sticks. I got a pound of lobster tail meat for like $20 with the food stamp, so it was free. And
You're
then
a real piece of shit, dude.
you scumbag, you black motherfucker. You out here.
This is Trump's
This
America
fucking
now.
black motherfuckers out here eating lobster tails,
How
and I'm
fucking
busting my
dare you.
ass. This fucking bitch doesn't know how to cook, and I can't fucking eat a fucking good meal. I had bologna last night.
Did you get steak too? Did you get the surf and turf, you piece of shit?
Actually, I did. I had that
Did
sirloin.
you use some lemon too, you fucking cocksucker?
No, I used capers. I spent
Capers. How much are fucking capers? You're right.
I
Oh,
don't
to
know.
the
I don't know,
lobster
nigga.
and steak.
Matter of fact, I think I bought some truffles with my food stamps. the other day. Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna eat the finest of shit.
They have
nigga.
truffles at
I had
Price
some.
Right.
I had some falafel midnight. I
You
had some
son
of
of
them
a
shits.
bitch.
I had some of the truffles. You know what I'm saying? Them shits was fires. You know what I'm saying? I actually took some of the truffles and was shaving that
shoving
shit.
them up my
I
ass,
was grating
dude.
the shit and putting it on my fries.
Some
And then I
truffle
threw
fries.
the rest of the shit in the trash because I was like, I'm all set. And then I was like, yo, whatever, nigga. I'm buying black seed oil because you know that shit expensive as fuck.
What do you do with black seed oil?
Nigga, I don't know. It was just expensive. I just bought it because I was like, fuck it. This is like $30 for a half a gallon of shit. Let me get
shit.
some black seed
No,
oil.
no, I'm
And
doing
then what pisses
Pay
people
them.
off is like when you go to the grocery store. So I did all of this for a date, and I, you know what I'm saying, like, and she was impressed or whatever. She's like, damn, nigga, you got lobster and shit. She was on the phone with her girls. Like, this nigga had lobster
You
and
cooked
shit.
it up too?
He didn't cook it. It was
Nigga,
like
this
fucking
comes cooked
all
already.
done.
Oh.
All I gotta do
Yeah.
is just heat up some butter and put it on that motherfucker, man. It's lobster meat, nigga. That's it. I toasted some buns.
I would have bought live lobsters.
I bought brioche
Nah,
buns.
You gotta been boiling
No,
and
no, no,
shit.
they
It's
don't do
already
that.
all
They don't
done.
do
You
that.
get all the good stuff. You're
I
like,
got the brioche buns.
throw
Nah,
that
for
thing.
what? Why would I do that?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
I would have
point-
just bought the live lobsters at the store.
Just let him
and
go
just
in the
brought it
ocean.
home and just drown it in butter.
That's the type of shit I
thought
be
you were gonna
on
let it go, you
sometimes.
Drown
freak.
it in hot butter.
That's how you really gotta play him. Just drown. Yeah.
And just the butter, just like the. I think you just throw them in the boiling hot pan. Yeah, you let them. You know, just that boiling water. See you later. Butter's after.
After the screams.
Yeah, you can hear them if you listen really close.
And if you smart enough, you use some of that black seed oil and put it on shorty ass afterwards.
Afterwards of what?
Because then
Tearing
you be
it
like,
up?
no. After you eat the lobster rolls and shit, you be like, yo, baby, let me rub you down.
Telling you, people
And then
don't
she be
know
like,
about
what
that
you
black
gonna
seed
rub me?
oil.
What you gonna rub me down with?
is it like
And then
it
you be
has
like,
seeds in it?
you be like, it's black seed oil. And then she gonna be like, damn, this nigga gonna rub me down with the expensive oils too. She gonna feel like a princess.
Is that a thing? Is that like Egyptian like sheets, like high?
Yeah, Egyptian cotton and
sheets?
shit.
Like
nigga.
you don't know. What
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Vegetable oil.
Would
You
you?
break it
Yeah,
up.
Yeah. Sometimes,
Nah,
dude,
vegetable
sometimes
oil.
you run out of something. You know, like we need some lube. You're like, well, we got
Vegetable oil,
well,
nigga.
olive oil.
I rubbed the bitch down with some canola oil one day, nigga. I
Hell
didn't give a
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
out of
yeah,
here.
gotta
Like,
get
you
in there.
just- yeah, I
You
ain't
know
got
what I mean?
nothing for you.
Yeah,
bitch.
this is what I got.
She was like, you ain't got no lube. I was like, I got
Yeah,
some
I got
baby
this.
oil.
I got some. Like, dude, I can't even spit. I'm so high. I'm like, oh, hold on. I'll go to the kitchen.
Imagine getting some spit on your pussy from this nigga. That's, oh my god.
I can't
Ah,
even spit right now.
that's some crazy shit,
Like
son.
Venom.
Yeah, Venom. Just like,
Reptile.
I know last episode, that's all you were doing was spitting.
no,
were
no,
spitting
no. It
too,
was like
motherfucker.
it was probably like 3 episodes ago. That's all I caught was like spit from the left.
That's
and
why
the
we
right.
had to change the table. Dude's like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore unless you guys are like facing away from
How's
me.
it feel to be a conservative? You just always catching spit from the left and the right.
Conservative. Like, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good though.
That
That's
was,
good. I like
that
it.
was
I like
pretty
it.
solid. What time is it right now? Okay, we good.
Fucking bam, bam, bam,
I'm
bam.
good. 6:30, brother. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on?
Yeah, you got a hot date tonight?
Yeah. I got a date with I got a
Destiny.
date with this luscious brown skin beauty called the pocket pussy.
Pocket pussy.
The
Not
pocket pussy.
Dude, I seen this one of this like I don't know what the fuck I was watching. It was like a fleshlight inside like a thing that like fucking. It was like
Vibrates.
a vacuum. Yeah. It was like I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
You
but
see
then
that thing when like girls like have that like suction cup on their pussy?
Oh yeah, and they make the
What the
lips
fuck
bigger and
is
like
that all
the
about?
yeah, they're like getting that clit bigger. It's like
What are
a
they doing there?
like it seems like they're inflating it somehow, or like cupping. It's
Ah,
almost
why
like
would you
cupping,
want that, fam?
Like when you,
I don't know. It looks like an oxygen mask. Like
yeah, and it's getting. Guess what
it
happened?
doesn't get tight.
You suffocating the
just-
pussy.
it like. it
Imagine what that pussy
inflates the
smells.
pussy.
Imagine what that pussy
that's what I'm
smell like.
saying, 'cause
afterwards.
it's like a fucking vacuum. So it's
It's like the pussy just like comes out and unfolds and blossoms like a flower.
yeah, it's like a rose.
That's crazy.
What? It's art.
It's too much.
It's God's work, T. It's God's work.
Well, this has been another beast of an episode.
Hell yeah, 91.
90 fucking 1, man. Misogynistic, misandries.
Whole bunch of
What's the
shit going
chick's name?
on.
Do you know what misogynistic means?
Did
now?
we figure it out now? Hey kids,
This
you at
nigga
home?
misogynistic.
How do you even spell it? First of all,
M-I-S-O-G.
No, it's
M-Y-S.
M-Y.
M-Y.
I know it's at least an M-Y.
No, it's-
M-Y-S-O-G.
I don't think it's M-Y, motherfucker. Is it? Maybe. I'm retarded. Come on, we're like three
INIS.
retards.
We're gonna have the black guy
Can we
spell it
please
out.
stop it?
That's bad.
Piece of shit. That's great. I can't even do it. Can we just end this fucking thing? Because I don't want to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
so
so-
retarded.
so-
No, I'm curious. No, it's MIS.
That's what I said, motherfucker.
Finish it.
OG.
OGNISTIC. It's
OGNY.
and why?
I know there was
Misogyny? Is that what
no.
we're spelling?
MISOGYNISTIC.
OGBYN? OGBYN?
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, whatever.
In the gutter.
Misogynistic.
I thought, what did you want to
Misogynistic.
spell? Whatever. I was like, motherfucker, we're not arguing over my Y.
Now
Y,
spell
I,
incel.
INCEL.
Next week we will be talking about why your mom's pussy stink.
I don't know.
And,
She should,
Yeah, and we're
take
gonna
care
talk
of it.
about that shit and on some more other topics that we'll talk about next week. Make sure you hit that like button, that notification bell in the
Subscribe.
corner.
Share this bitch.
Subscribe and share. And we'll be back next week on some more in the gutter bullshit. Probably doing a Thanksgiving episode because I got plans.
Yeah.
I got
we're
a
gonna do
turkey
that.
in the fridge.
He got a
Free
turkey in the
turkeys,
fridge, but
bitch.
He don't even eat no turkeys. This is what I'm talking about. Guess what kind of turkey I got
Fucking
with them
Nino
food
Brown was
Nada.
giving out turkeys the other day in my neighborhood. What do you want me to do? Not take it?
Nah, you gotta take
Nino
it. fucking-
gave out-
Nino
Yeah,
motherfucking
Nino.
Brown, motherfucker.
Was he Ecuadorian?
Nah, the Carter kid.
He's
Oh,
black
yeah,
like
he's
Wesley.
Boston, nigga. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, dude. Nino don't fuck around. He gives out turkeys every year.
Yeah, but this anyway. This is In the Gutter
It's
podcast.
like Wesley Snipes before he did Blade.
Everybody, Kenny Capozzi.
I'm Big D.
I'm Sean Sauer.
See you next time.
Fuck out of here.
Oh, fuck.
Misogynistic. Get the misogynistic.
Bye.
Bitch, you're misogynistic.